Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
New technologies continue to change our everyday lives. And it all begins for techie consumers at the Consumer Electronics Show, with new goodies making their debut where you can feel, see, and hear the latest and greatest technologies. Joining us this morning to show us a few innovations at CES is tech expert Steve Greenberg. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Rosalie. I'm like a kid in a candy store. This place is incredible. 1.85 million square feet of show space, 20,000 new products being launched.
What's this year's most popular tech trends?
I'd say the big trends were our home entertainment is bigger than ever, improved tech interface, and the connected car. Those are the three areas I'm focusing on. Under the home entertainment banner, a lot of big flat screen TVs and curved TVs and 4K, but also a lot about upping the audio. By upping the audio, you up the experience. Harman Kardon has the new Omni soundbar and wireless subwoofer. We have it right here. It even takes a lower end TV to the next level by adding surround sound really to any television. Not only does it connect to the TV, but it has a Bluetooth feature built into it so that you can stream music from your smartphone or from your tablet or PC right into the speaker as well. Under the banner of improved tech interface, check out these headphones here. These are amazing. They're the award-winning JBL headphones, motion headphones, the first gesture-controlled headphones. With just a wave of your hand, you can actually pause the audio, playback, control tracks. You can even pick up a call. Very, very cool. No buttons to push. Great for working out or just being on the go. And finally, we all live in a connected home, a connected office. We have connected personal devices. The next frontier is the connected car. Right now, 36 million cars are connected to the internet. They think that number will jump to 150 million cars in the next 5 years. This week, Harman announced the over-the-air map navigation system, a patented system that gives your connected car the latest road maps with incredible details and visuals. Really cool. You're looking at them right there.
Take us into your world for top Consumer Electronics Show picks.
Well, there's so many cool things here. Some things I just mentioned here are absolutely top picks. Big things at the show, a lot of drones, these little flying helicopters sort of that have cameras built into them. A self-driving car, I got to ride in it yesterday. That was a very cool experience, a little creepy, but cool. And a lot of things with 3D printing, tons of 3D printers. Things that used to cost $10,000, $7,000, now 3D printers about this big for under $400.
Those autopilot cars, how many different manufacturers offer cars that drive themselves?
I'd say about 4 different manufacturers are there showcasing that. And again, it's for the future. I don't think it's going to happen this year on any road system because you really have to set up the infrastructure for it. But very cool. I mean, you sit in a car, the guy is sitting in the driver's seat, but he's not touching the steering wheel or the pedals, and the car's parking and pulling out and all that stuff. It's cool. Again, a little creepy, but cool.
A dream for those who can't drive.
Absolutely. It'd be great for anyone handicapped, but also I think it's going to just change the whole experience of driving. Hopefully keep it safer in a way.
Thanks, Steve, for bringing us into your tech world at the Consumer Electronics Show. Being proactive to protect their health, father and daughter dynamic duo Jay and Jen Jacobs shined on NBC's Biggest Loser. They were introduced with a combined weight of 678 pounds and ended the show with a combined weight loss of 295 pounds. Their weight loss changed their lives as well as hundreds of others forever. Here to inspire us to be more active and healthy is Jay Jacobs, author and wellness ambassador, and his daughter Jen Jacobs, a personal trainer. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Rosalie.
When did you realize your weight loss could make a difference, and how did it change your lives?
Really, it started with me. I was actually a huge fan of The Biggest Loser, and I saw myself in the contestants. I said, those challenges, I can do that. That's me inside those girls. And why not? Why couldn't I have this? So I went ahead, found out about the casting calls, and and tried out for season 9, 10, and finally made it on 11, and asked my dad to come alongside with me. And I never realized how much that one question would actually change our lives.
Yeah. How about you, Jay?
Well, you know, being Jen's dad, I realized that I really kind of set the course for Jen and my entire family in my habits. So I would never tell Jenny no on something like that, because I really realized I was that initial person that started her that way. And so the opportunity for Jen and I to do the journey together was great, because what happens after the show, it's been 3.5 years, we're able to go back and say, you know, and remember the things that we learned while we were there. Yes, it was a reality show, but really when you get down to it, it was the basic, simple things that we learned there that we still live today, and it really has to do with how we eat and how we move on a daily basis.
Share your secrets to eat right, especially smart snacking. Everybody's so busy during the day.
What we were taught on the ranch was actually all about making healthy choices that were wholesome. Whole foods was our go-to, and something that we had every single week on our grocery list at the ranch was actually Larabar, because they provide us with wholesome, simple, and nutritious snacking to keep us fueled throughout the day. I love them because there's so many different flavors, and all it is fruits, nuts, and spices.
So like what you said, we're all busy. So the best thing you can do, the absolute best thing you can do is plan and prepare and go out and shop and get everything together. And so we do that. But life happens, and things don't always get figured out ahead of time. So it's like having insurance. You want to make sure that you have all those parts there so that you've got a choice when you are hungry. And quite frankly, it's about eating small, simple meals all throughout the day, and that makes a world of difference.
Tell us what the most challenging part of weight loss is, aside from maintaining the loss.
I think staying motivated is what really helps you, especially to maintain that weight loss phase that you're in until you can get to a healthy weight. I know for us, it's all about accountability and having a support system. So having a workout buddy, somebody that you can talk about your celebrations with and your frustrations, because let's face it, it's not always rainbows and ponies. This journey is going to be a long one, and it's great to have a support system that you can tap into so you can voice those feelings and those thoughts that come up every single day.
Thank you both for sharing your journey to a healthy lifestyle and how it changed your lives and others forever.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rosalie.
You can be successful to create the changes you want to transform your lifestyle to a healthier one by making smarter choices. Here to motivate us to eat healthy and stay active is Rob Fletcher, the founder of ANGT, America's Next Great Trainer. Good morning, Rob.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me. We all want 2015 to be the best year yet. We want to look good, we want to feel good, and we want to be filled with lots of energy.
Transforming ourselves to achieve a healthier mind, body, and spirit is a commitment that is easier said than done.
When you do something repeatedly for 14 to 21 days, you more than likely will instill a habit. One of the most important habits is a good breakfast, because that's going to be the fuel for your day. So the beverages and the foods that we go over today, they will provide you the fuel to give you the energy to carry on throughout the course of the day. Grape Nuts Fit offers a great start. Protein, carbohydrates, and fiber combined together, the fiber will keep you full longer, which will prevent you from overeating later. So again, a great source of energy for better workouts, being more productive, and more energy, being more productive will lead to a healthier, happier you.
How do we stop eating things that we love because of the carbs, like pasta and potatoes?
Right, and that's also another misconception, you know, carbs and fats. You know, basically, you know, everything is according to your individual activity level. So of course, if you're not exercising, you want to be careful on how much you're consuming. So here, a great option or choice, or smarter, better choice, is Alexia Smart Classic Crinkle Cut Fries.
Why is keeping our body hydrated so important?
Water promotes weight loss, boosts the immune system, healthier looking skin, and more energy. Here, and if water is not enough, here, SodaStream, you can transform your water into sparkling water or naturally flavored water. People don't pay enough attention to hydration. So when you start to dehydrate, you're going to be lethargic, you're going to lose energy, it's going to slow your metabolism down, which is also going to assist in storing more fat. So it's critical that you make sure that your body is hydrated. And then in accordance with your activity levels, if you are someone that hits the gym and get those workouts in, you really want to make sure that your body is properly hydrated.
What advice can you offer to get that healthy body?
You can be in the best shape of your life. At any given moment, you can transform yourself. It all comes down to smart choices. And I believe the greatest bit of advice I can give to you is small, gradual goals, realistic, achievable goals. Smarter, better choices will lead to smarter, better, healthier choices, so you can be the best you can be.
Thanks, Rob, for helping to motivate us to keep our commitment to improve our body, mind, and spirit.
Thank you very much.
5.1 million Americans live with heart failure. A new FDA-approved heart monitoring device keeps patients with heart failure out of the hospital and improves their quality of life. CardioMEMS is a new high-tech implantable monitoring device to alert doctors of early signs of trouble and reduce hospitalization by 37%. It's used successfully at Florida Hospital in Orlando, Tampa, and soon at the University of Miami and Jacksonville. We spoke with Dr. Nirav Raval, Thoracic Medical Director and Transplant Cardiologist at Florida Hospital's Transplant Institute. We asked the doctor in his office, what is the cost of heart failure in the U.S.?
The economic burden of heart failure is tremendous in the United States. It's actually $40 billion or thereabouts actually spent yearly on caring for patients with heart failure. Most of that's actually in hospital care, which is relatively expensive. So sometimes home monitoring can avoid heart failure hospitalizations and therefore decrease the overall burden to society. Florida is a unique environment to practice in for me as a heart failure cardiologist because, we have a lot of people that vacation here. We have a lot of people that come here for periods of the year, and certainly have people that retire to Florida. And, because of those facts, we actually have a disproportionate share of heart failure in the United States. We've been using low fidelity instruments to try and figure out when somebody's health with heart failure is declining. Pulmonary artery pressure monitoring actually gives you the exact signal, an understanding of exactly what's happening to the patient while at home. Traditionally, to get that information, it would require a procedure that would certainly allow the patient to be in the hospital for a number of hours getting an invasive procedure. Now, we don't need to do this. The CardioMEMS system, I think, is a game changer from the perspective of heart failure. It has been shown to decrease readmission. Its ease of insertion and low risk is tremendous for those patients that have been admitted for heart failure and otherwise would be continue to be admitted for heart failure. So I think this is something that gives us a higher fidelity picture for a patient's overall health with heart failure.
Thank you, Dr. Raval, for creating awareness of the largest population of heart failure patients that live right here in Florida and the new monitoring device that's available throughout the state of Florida. Celebrating life with a special meal can be healthy. The Date Night Opportunity, a report from the National Marriage Projects, found one-on-one couple time on a date night plays an important role in strengthening the quality and stability of relationships and marriages. Couples who devote time to one another at least once a week enjoy high-quality relationships and lower divorce rates compared to couples who do not. Here to help you plan the perfect romantic evening is Chef Dustin Hilinski from Red Lobster. Good morning, Chef Dustin.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Chef, tell us what makes lobster the perfect choice when celebrating date night?
Lobster is sweet. It's decadent. If you eat it in the shell, it's interactive. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great shellfish to share with your special someone.
I love lobster broiled, but stay away from the butter sauce. What other ways can lobster be prepared?
Here I have a lobster linguine with scampi sauce. So I have decadent lobster, linguine, and a garlic butter sauce. Anytime that I do lobster pastas, I always like to add as much lobster as pasta, so you get that delicious sweet lobster in every bite. We also have added a grilled lemon that kind of takes a little bit of that bite out of the lemon and it makes it a little bit sweeter and also makes the juice come out a lot easier.
Some people shy away from seafood. What seafood dishes are a good choice for newbies?
So I would say using lobster as an ingredient is a great way to get it if you're new to seafood. Right now we have lobster tacos at Red Lobster, so that's a great way to kind of experiment with lobster. Also using variety. So here we have lobster that is paired with grilled salmon and jumbo shrimp. Lobster goes great with everything to pair with seafood. And then if you love lobster as much as I do, then this dueling lobster plate that we have now right in Lobster Fest is fantastic. And this is a lobster tail that's topped with a tender shrimp and garlic butter sauce, and then it's stuffed with crab and seafood stuffing.
Thank you, Chef Dustin, for offering tips to plan that special date night to keep that spark in our love life.
Thank you.
Millions of safe drivers on the road put their lives on the line every day due to an unfixed safety recall. Parents heading off to work, college students driving back to school, and kids piling into minivans may be riding in an unsafe vehicle. Unfixed recalls may change the lives of car drivers and buyers forever. Joining us this morning is Larry Gamache, car and consumer expert and communications director at Carfax, with Carfax annual recall data to protect car owners and consumers. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Rose. Thanks for having me.
So, Larry, how many cars are in the state of Florida with open recalls?
Last year, our estimate is that more than 3 million vehicles were registered in the state of Florida with at least one open safety recall. These are 3 million cars on Florida roads that are driving around with a serious safety issue.
How does open recalls affect people driving on our roads?
Cars with open safety recalls are unpredictable. We never know when the part affected by the safety recall may fail. A big recall last year were airbags. These airbags may fail to function when you need them during an accident, but more alarming for the rest of us, these airbags can deploy at speed while somebody's driving down the highway. That puts that person, that driver, and all of us at serious risk of injury.
What vehicle types are most commonly unfixed and have issues that are on the road?
The cars most impacted by recalls are those that are most popular with families: SUVs and minivans. Our data suggests that 1 out of 5 SUVs has an open safety recall. These are vehicles that we choose because our perception is that they're safer. And more alarmingly, 1 out of every 3 minivans has an open safety recall. When you know that your vehicle has been impacted by a safety recall, you have to schedule time at your local franchise dealer to get it fixed. I know it's inconvenient, I know it takes time out of our already busy schedules, but these recalls are important to service. The manufacturer has gone to a great deal of trouble to let owners of their vehicles know that there's something affecting the car that they have to pay attention to. We need to do our part, take these cars in to the dealership and get the vehicles serviced. The overwhelming majority of time, the service is free. So we really do just need to take a little bit of time and get these open safety recalls repaired.
So what can be done to motivate car owners to get those recalls fixed?
The easiest thing to do is sign up for our app at mycarfax.com. We get open safety recall information from all the major manufacturers. It's free, and all you need is the license plate of your car. We'll let you know if there are any open safety recalls today, and more importantly, let you know if any safety recalls are issued down the road. You can also check with your vehicle manufacturer, your local franchise dealer, or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Thanks, Larry, for offering tips to protect Florida car owners and drivers on our open roads.
Thank you, Rose.
If you're looking for a new car, we have what's new and hot at the 27th year of the Detroit Auto Show, the most important automotive event on the planet, where the global automotive community comes together to reveal the future of transportation with over 500 vehicles on display, including the most innovative designs in the world and never-before-seen debuts. Here to offer a sneak peek of the best picks of the show is Micah Muzio, managing editor of video for Kelley Blue Book. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning. Yeah, not only has this been a very, very exciting Detroit Auto Show, but I'm standing at the Hyundai booth near a very, very cool concept. It's a Hyundai Santa Cruz. And man, I love concepts. It's kind of like the best stuff of the auto show. And I love this one in particular because I didn't know about it in advance. It was a genuine surprise, which is actually very rare these days. The Santa Cruz is a very interesting idea. They've taken the form factor of a crossover utility vehicle and added a pickup truck bed to the back. And a very innovative pickup truck bed at that. It can extend to accommodate longer loads. They've also got tie-down points in the wheel arches, so you can like tie a kayak to the roof for your active lifestyle, but also the whole vehicle is very small, so you can fit in parking spots in the city, and it's supposed to get great fuel economy too, in the high 30s on the freeway with its diesel engine. So I don't know if they're going to build this thing, but I kind of hope they do, because I'd love to see these running around. In fact, maybe one would look good in my driveway. But what they are going to build is the Toyota Tacoma for 2016. They revealed a revised Tacoma here yesterday, and the Tacoma is a very important vehicle for Toyota. It's a big seller for them. It's a major player in the mid-sized truck segment, and Toyota has done a really good job updating it for 2016.
Consumer confidence and auto sales continue to climb in the U.S. So what cars are the most in demand for consumers?
Well, you know what? One of the things that's really affecting us right now are gas prices. Gas prices are extremely low. So I think one thing you're going to see, at least in the short term, while gas prices are low, is people buying larger vehicles. So SUVs may be making a bit of a comeback right now, and also higher performance vehicles. As the economy comes back and people have more money, they want to spend that in flashy, fun ways. In fact, one of the cool ways that you could do that was the Lexus GSF, which was revealed here at the Detroit show. This is the sportiest rendition of Lexus's mid-size luxury sedan. And by sporty, I mean a 5-liter V8 pumping out 467 horsepower through an 8-speed automatic transmission. That is a ton of power. And just to make sure it looks the part, they've grafted on the nose of the RCF coupe to the Lexus GSF. So you've got a very, very sporty looking sedan that should be just a ton of fun to drive. So I'm imagining you'll probably see pretty brisk sales of that vehicle because, hey, the good times are rolling again and they will never end.
As a Detroit girl, I also worked some of those auto shows in my young modeling years. So what vehicles are the most exciting at this year's show?
Yeah, you know, there was a really fun moment yesterday as Ford was driving their new GT, mid-engine supercar over to the stand, right past the Acura booth as Acura was about to unveil their new NSX, which is their supercar. So I think it's a pretty rare occasion where you have two supercars being unveiled at the same show. But that NSX is really good looking. It's got an interesting hybrid drive system too, where it's got 2 electric motors up front that can distribute torque back and forth. I'm nerding out over it as a car guy, but I think that's a pretty neat vehicle too. So anytime you have multiple supercars at an auto show, it's a good time.
Thank you, Micah, for sharing the inside track from the Detroit Auto Show.
Thanks for having me.
Over 2.5 million Americans are opiate dependent. Opiate addiction tripled over the last 10 years, and the Obama administration calls opiate addiction an epidemic and a major public health and public safety crisis. Joining us this morning to discuss opiate addiction problem is Timothy Lepak, the president of the National Alliance of Advocates for Buprenorphine Treatments, to educate patients and connect them to treatment. And Dr. Richard Soper, who has treated, mentored, and counseled for over 18 years in private practice. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Timothy, can you tell us about the results of a recent survey your nonprofit conducted?
You know, the CDC, it tells us that 46 people a day die from prescription opioid overdose alone. And you add in heroin overdose, and that number's over 100. Now, doctors have effective treatments for opiate addiction. But in the survey we did this summer, we found that 40% of people that were looking for this treatment spent weeks or months finding it. And once they did find it, most of those people were put on waiting lists. Now, studies tell us that treatment is much more effective when it's provided at the time someone first seeks it. So this was a very troubling result.
Who is suffering from opiate addiction, and why is opiate addiction increasing?
As the population ages, more and more people are seeking treatment for chronic pain, and a lot of it is lower back pain, and very often doctors prescribe opiates for that pain. A lot of those people are becoming addicted. You know, in our survey, we tried to find some kind of link, but we found that it touched just about all walks of life, all types of people. We expected to see a surge like in the 20-something age group, but we didn't. And it turned out 46 was the average age. So there are people that are getting treatment legitimately, but then it is turning into addiction. I mean, these, for the most part, these are not people who sought out to misuse drugs initially, although that, you know, we see that too.
Doctor, explain how opiate addiction is treated and about new treatments that are available.
That's a great question, Rose. Treatment for opioid addiction is a comprehensive treatment plan that's usually designed by the healthcare professional. It can involve some inpatient care, but since 2000, physicians have had the opportunity and the ability to also now treat their patients in the privacy of their own office. We have to receive additional training and certification to use some of the medications when appropriate for treating. One of those medications is generically buprenorphine, and buprenorphine allows the individual to stabilize those chemicals that are rapidly released and diminish to remove cravings so they can obtain stable, sustained abstinence.
Why is it so difficult to treat opiate addiction, and why do patients relapse?
We still in our society, unfortunately, consider addiction a character defect, and in fact, it's closer to diabetes or high blood pressure. It is a chronic medical disorder. For individuals that have a comprehensive treatment plan and where they are followed by healthcare professionals, there is an 85% stable, sustained abstinence rate at 3 to 5 years. Unfortunately, in healthcare right now, we're limited to providing individuals access to care and care being available.
Why is it so difficult for some patients to find doctors to prescribe the new class of drugs?
Federal law says that a physician can only treat up to 100 patients at any one time with some of these modern medications. And that results in some tremendous shortages and some higher prices for office visits in some areas, and some people resorting to the diversion market so they could self-medicate. I mean, I've had parents tell me that they bought diverted medication for their son or daughter in order to save their lives. So it's very troubling.
Thank you, Timothy and Dr. Soper, for creating awareness of the opiate addiction and treatment options that are available.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Technology continues to change our world in healthcare, communication, and transportation to offer us options to stay safe and healthy. Making the right eating choices and drinking plenty of water energizes our body to keep us strong and active. Share with us how you use technology to keep you and your family safe, strong, and active at facebook.com/Rose Lee Show or visit us at roseleearchershow.com. And thanks for joining us this morning, and we will see you soon.